right, what is up, everybody? John here with Motivation Theory Running. Welcome to, what is this, July 14th, lap 18 of the Motivation Theory Run Club live stream. Hopefully everything is working. What's going on, everybody? What's going on, Rosser? Tasmania Running, Posner 2, Recycle on Wednesday. It's good to see all of you. Welcome to the stream. Drinking my coffee. I hope everyone is doing well. Oh, man. It feels like it's been a very long week already, and it's Tuesday, so. July 15th, well, here in the past, we're still on the 14th. I always have a good time with that. That's always a lot of fun. From the future, what's going on, everybody? How are you? So, for those of you who are in the know, I have taken off. Today is, well, yesterday was my 10th day. 10th day from running. Not injured, not burnout, not dealing with any kind of overtraining or anything like that. I just got into a period where I just had so much going on I had to choose, and I decided, you know what, be a good time to take off some days, and it turned into a couple more days, and I just had a lot of stuff. I always have a lot of stuff I have to take care of, but I have enjoyed it. I've enjoyed being able to kind of relax and not stress about getting the mileage in. You know, my son plays travel baseball, so I've been extremely busy with that. We're having 4 to 5 games a week, so that's taken up a lot of my time, and it's just been, you know, from. Uh-oh. Hopefully we're still there. We still there? We good to go? All right, so son's playing travel ball, and I've been really kind of. I'm back now. I don't know what happened. I don't know what you guys missed. It says it says everything's good on YouTube's end. I lost my train of thought. Yeah, so baseball and just working on the YouTube content I'm super proud of. So that's kind of taken the front seat, the driver's seat of what's been going on. Tonight I'm going to run. I'm going to be picking up with my Hal Higdon 50K training plan. And the reason I'm not stressing it is I've been pushing pretty hard for the last 7 months, training, getting back in. I thought I just would give myself a little bit of a vacation and work on some stuff with the YouTube channel. So I hope have you guys all watched? How many of you, type a 1 in the chat if you've seen the last 3 videos? They've been on the funny side of stuff, not just informational. All 3. What'd you guys think? So I'm not switching over completely to a channel that is. Goku Runner said, "Welcome to the stream." Mike Z, welcome to the stream. Joe Kern, welcome to the stream. I'm not switching over completely to doing all that type of content, but it is something that I enjoy doing. So I probably will be working a lot more of my sense of humor in to the channel. I enjoy it. I think. It helps the channel. I think everybody else enjoys it. So it gives me a little bit of freedom to be creative, which I don't always get to do. I used to shoot a lot of very cinematic stuff on this channel back in the day, and not that this is that, but it does allow me to kind of have fun with it. Recycle on Wednesday said, Goku Runner said he saw 2. Recycle on Wednesday said, I didn't see the last one, but I saw the first 2. Goku Runner said, funny stuff, my friend. Thank you. I appreciate that. Recycle on Wednesday said, funny. Joe Kern said, really enjoyed those videos. Goku Runner said, surprised they aren't going viral yet. Yeah, it's kind of strange. The first one I did, which was things runners don't say, is I purposely broke it up into 2 videos. Again, for those of you who are not content creators, this might be extremely boring to you, but I've been working a lot on trying to grow the channel and the things that kind of spark a little bit of momentum with viewing and viewing time and stuff like that with the AI and YouTube. So I purposely put out something that I thought would, have the potential for virality. Is that how you say it? Going viral. And it did really well. I mean, it's done a lot better than most videos. Most of my videos I release, and I do evergreen content, meaning that it is stuff that people can look up now or 5 years from now, and it's still as relevant. I'm trying to work on content that will help have a little bit more of a momentum at the beginning, and so I've created these, and I've been creating these things. Puppy videos don't grow the channel. So I purposely did the 2 videos. So the first video did really well, and I think it did really well because it was getting shared on Facebook a lot. I mean, it already has well over 300 likes just on Facebook. And so I think it's getting to the point where some of these videos get picked up, they get shared on other platforms. That's why I always ask my everybody who's a subscriber, like, if you see one of my videos and you think, and I'm not asking you to always just share my videos, but if you find a video to be extremely helpful or funny and you think other runners would enjoy it in your community, I would always ask that you please share them, because it always helps them. So that traffic from Facebook really hit that first video. It's doing really well, and they're trending up. So yeah, I'm shocked that they haven't gotten picked up. But sometimes the stuff goes crazy later on. Goku Runner, I have videos that were released for 9-10 months, and then all of a sudden went through the roof to 30,000 views. So it just depends. So if you do like the videos, especially those last 3, please share them in all the groups, the running groups you're in on Facebook or anything like that, or just share them on Facebook, and then the running people will find them. That always helps the videos, especially on Reddit. I can't share on Reddit because if I share it on Reddit, everybody loses their mind on Reddit. So Tasmania Running says, I'm keen for those new Vibranium plated shoes. Vibranium plated shoes. Okay, I get it. Yeah. See, you got it. See, I thought that would be one of those jokes that most people would, pick up on, but you're the first person that's commented on that. I thought I would hint a little bit more about what it was from, the vibranium, but I'm glad you got that. Cookie Runner said, once people find them, it will. Yeah, I think so too. I'm happy with that content. I'm releasing my stuff in series, so I think that's, it's going to be more my running humor series that I've been working on for quite a while. I write them all the time. I've been writing this stuff for a long time, so I just have everything saved in my phone, and I release it. Cookie Runner said, puppy videos do not grow the channel. Yeah, so that's the hard part if you make content. And that's the stuff I struggle with for years, is that I'm the type of person that likes to do all kinds of different things. And so I thought that I could kind of force YouTube into my will, which would be posting whatever I want. But that's not the case. YouTube is very specific on a lot of things, and it's definitely evolved over the years to really down to niche down things. And I've learned that the more things you post across a spectrum, the least likely you are to succeed on YouTube. So that's not always the case. There are a lot of people that are big YouTubers that literally they could post anything and people are going to watch it. But it's kind of hard to grow a channel now when you're just kind of doing all kinds of different topics and stuff like that. Because most of you has subscribed for running content. Like if all of a sudden I started doing book reviews on this channel, especially if it's not having anything to do with running, I'll start to lose people. And then I'll gain people to the channel from book reviews, and then they're going to be mad when I release running stuff. And it's a constant battle. So it's good to always release things on your channel that have to do with what your channel's about. Posture 2 said, you should do a video series on runners of Strava. I found some interesting runners on the leaderboards of Strava run groups. Yes, I have stuff written for that too. Mike Z, or if he ran carrying a puppy. Yes. Puppies always do well. Everyone loves puppies. Goku Runner. So, do you share directly on Facebook, or do you share a YouTube link? So, occasionally, I have not pushed really hard on Facebook. I think I'm probably getting close to 400 followers on Facebook, but I have not done a great job of that. So, for a long time, I would just share the links, and I still do that. I do load content that I make on YouTube directly, but I don't do it with all of it. I've just gotten really bad. I do know that YouTube or Facebook only really promotes if you upload videos directly into it. Will promote that. I've not found it to be any better, so I've done both. I've found that the best way that I've grown is when people share my content on Facebook. But I do know that YouTube has gone after some of my friends, like James Lamprey, who does Fun Foods. They paid him money to upload all his content to Facebook too. So I know I'm still trying to get Facebook squared away. Just so you guys know. So when you wonder where I'm at, I'm constantly messing with Facebook and all my social media accounts and just trying to get my business squared away. So Recycle on Wednesday said the comment about drivers on their phones in that second video, I almost got hit by a driver who was texting the morning before you posted it. She veered out of the road and into the holy smokes. Yeah, so while I put that in there, there is a lot of anger behind that. So when I'm out running, and I kid you not, if I'm out running for an hour and a half, I will see no less than probably 10 cars driving by with people driving like this and looking at their phone. I had somebody roll through a stop sign the other day because they had their phone in their lap. They were completely California roll right through the stop sign. I had stopped because I saw that they were on their phone as they were approaching the stop sign. So I had stopped and I saw them roll through, and they rolled up right next to me, and they finally put the brake on. I just kind of held my hands up like, what are you doing? They saw that I saw that, but I see it all the time, and it drives me insane. It's something I don't like when I'm driving either. I cannot stand for people to be looking at their phone. Just so everyone's aware, I feel that no one's that important. No one's that important. There's nothing that is important that you can risk your life or the life around you. I can tell you what, it's going to be a bad day if someone ever hits me with when they're on the phone. It's going to be a bad day for them because it's something that angers me. And actually, you kind of feel that I'm getting angry. There was a lot of emotion in that. I really want to probably spend a lot more time on that, and I have a video idea that I'm going to do about that because I find it to be something that's deeply disturbing to me. Because it's not just for runners. There are people that are dying because people are unable to put their phones down. So I'll step off of the platform and be quiet. So that was cathartic. Yeah, I'm glad you didn't get hit. Mike Z said, or maybe running with a cat in one of those cat videos. Yes, that goes back to the beginning of YouTube. Positive 2 said, for example, Russian name Vladimir or Strava Apple Running Club had 3 week mileage total of 358 miles, 334 miles, and the next 314 the third week. Holy smokes. Goku Runner says, I'm banned from sharing my vids. Yeah, and I'm assuming you meant on Reddit. So Reddit is a weird place. I had one account that I was allowed to share because I had posted on it a lot, and I would share, and you guys know my content. I share content that is helpful. It's not self-promoting too much. It's not vlogish. It literally is. I'm posting how-tos, tips and tricks and things like that, and I would post those, and I would only really post those type of things, and then I would get the nasty people who would make comments about it that I was self-promoting and all this stuff. I'm like, okay, if you're a runner and you can't see the content and get value from it, I don't really understand what the problem is, but whatever. So I had to steer clear of Reddit. So if other people are on Reddit, they can share, and it won't bother me a bit. Recycle on Wednesday say, Goku Runner, I love the puppy videos. I didn't comment on the last one yet because I emailed it to people I know offline I don't want them to know my username. That's funny. Ponzer 2, he had 1 week of solid 50-mile runs every day for a week. That's crazy. And you know what? Yeah, that's fun. I mean, there are people who can do it. I mean, there's people that run these, these 50-mile a day for, I think Scott Jerick did it when he did the Appalachian Trail run. I mean, there are people who can do it, but I don't think you're doing back-to-back weeks of over 300 miles running, that is. Arlene M. said, you should post other channels and just happen to mention that you also have a running channel. Yeah, Arlene, it's a lot of work. And so one thing I've learned about YouTube is that, the best way to grow when it comes to and for discovery purposes. So I optimize all my stuff through the metadata, through the videos. I will share on my page, and I'm part of a couple Facebook groups, but mostly I just rely on the subscribers, all of you and other people who find it. If you find the video interesting or entertaining or informational or valuable, they will share it. And that's the best way, because I don't think there's really going to be any time that I share something that causes it to go viral or has any kind of way of moving the needle. So I just stay away from Reddit. I just don't have a ton of time to kind of go out to Reddit and build the relationships and the point system that they have for considering you legitimate to even share stuff. I just don't have time for that. So it's all I can do to kind of keep up with comments, writing content, producing content, editing it, uploading it, planning it, and just keeping up with all of the social media is tough. So, I think my efforts are best served in trying to just create good content that people find valuable, and then hope it takes off from there. Positive said, some days it takes him 8 to 12 hours per day to finish a run. That's crazy. Now, are you questioning that? Like, I thought you were saying that was not legitimate. So you're saying this person actually is running 8 to 12 hours a day. That is crazy. Cycle on Wednesday said, whoa, that's wild. Joe Kern said, I only subscribe to about 6 YouTubers. Lucky you. Okay. Well, I appreciate it. I appreciate all of my subscribers. It really does mean a lot to me, especially the ones that are active, especially all of you who come out to the live stream and hang out. I really do appreciate that. You're my running family. Positive said, saw another guy on one of the run groups in the 300 mile a week group would run 4 miles every hour for a whole day. That's crazy. See, I would love to try to do that stuff for a little bit, but I don't know how they do that so much. And to quote myself on one of my videos, that just can't be good for you. Goku Runner said thanks to Recycle on Wednesday. Yeah, the puppies are super cute. Joe Curran said, I sold my motorcycle because too many drivers on the phones, too many close calls. Yeah, and so I sold my motorcycle many years ago for the same reason. It's not even as bad as it is now. I mean, where I am in Virginia, if I'm driving, I mean, I have to think it's probably a quarter of the people I'm driving by are somehow looking at their phone. It drives me crazy. I'll honk my horn. I'll honk and ask people, like, what are you doing, kind of stuff. Like, not that that's changing anything, but it's so dangerous, and it's not worth it. It's really not. Mike Z says, I have something running related to ask. All right. Mike Z is bringing us back. All right, here we go, Mike Z. I'm a former runner trying to bring it back. I have had dead slow legs at the end of the walk. Run intervals. Is this normal? Suggestions to improve. You have dead slow legs. Are you saying your legs just feel fatigued? I'm assuming that's what you asked. So when you're getting back in the running, so if you were to go back to the beginning of, and I don't know if you have, my series in January where I was doing a couch to ultra, my comeback. So the biggest things when you're getting back into it is really taking your time and not trying to do too much too quickly. Now, I don't know what you mean by dead slow legs, or you're going to feel tired. You're going to feel fatigued at the ends of runs. But you have to make sure when you're first starting off that not every single run is super high intensity. They're going to have to, just like everyone else, do kind of 80-20 where you're doing enough to keep moving and losing weight and getting your ligaments, joints, muscles, everything ready and getting back for the forces that running puts on them. So I would suggest, and I have series where I talk about this at length over dozens of videos that you can go back and watch. So, I think it'd probably be good for you to kind of watch that series. So for a short answer, yes, I think it's normal, especially when you're starting off, your legs to get tired often, especially if you're training every single day. The lactic acid and the fatigue in the legs is going to set in, and you're going to feel dead. Your legs are going to feel fatigued. And so there's days that, like when I'm ramping up my mileage up to say like 50 miles, or if I do back-to-back long runs one day and then I do a kind of an active recovery run or something like that the next day, my legs are going to feel tired for like the first 3 or 4 miles. They're going to feel dead, tired. They're going to feel slow or heavy. That's completely normal. I think everyone in this group will say, even the people who've been running a super long time, there are times your legs are going to feel tired. They're going to feel fatigued. It's just part of working out. Joe Kern said, Mike Z, it may be the shoes. It could be. If you're not in the right shoes, there's a lot of factors that could come into play. But if you're working out a lot and you're just getting into it, your legs are going to have a lot of lactic acid buildup and fatigue in them. Mike Z said, interesting, Joe. I was in different ones today. Didn't link that into the situation. Yeah, I fall in the shoe addict category. Hey, shoe addicts, I'm down with that. I love shoes also. Joe Kern said, I've had feet fall asleep with the wrong shoes before. Yeah, so if you're talking about your feet going numb or legs, now legs going numb is something different than being tired. Legs going numb is a whole different thing. You might need to go to a doctor if your legs are going numb. If your feet are going numb, it's typically because your shoes are tied too tight. I have that happen all the time. If I'm wearing thick socks, or I don't loosen my shoes up, or I have my shoes, just tightened down way too much, it can cause the kind of numb feet and stuff like that. Mike Z said, great, I will watch the series. Yeah, I think it's if you go to the main page of my YouTube channel, or if you go under playlist tab, all the playlists are all broken up there, and I have them broken up as best I can for people to find the content. David Rowan said, sadly, can't stay, working in the morning. Great chats as always. It's good to see you, Dave. Welcome to the stream. Goodbye. Sad to see you go. West Virginia running Don in the chat. Good to see you, buddy. Maybe start at a lower intensity, Mike Z. Yeah, it's usually start off slow and get yourself slowly there. But tired legs is part of running. You're gonna get there, but you won't ever escape tired legs completely. And congrats, West Virginia running Don, on finishing your 50K. What was it, yesterday or Sunday? Number two solo, right? Congrats on that. Yeah, take care, David Rowan. Mike Z said, I have one pace, slow. Well, slow is relative. What you consider slow now may be actually fast to you from an effort standpoint. So just to make sure your intensity is there. So you can measure that by heart rate. I don't know how much vert you're running, if there's any vert. So if you're in a place where you're running tons of hills and vert, your legs are just going to get thrashed. Kelly is in the stream. Welcome, Kelly. How are you? Good to see you. Arlene M said, a lot of people wear Fitbits or watches that count steps by arm swings. I can't believe they are accurate. I know a lady who claimed to do 20 miles a day. She couldn't finish a half marathon. Yeah, I don't think that arm swings is super accurate. I think they need a bunch of different data points on that. But arm swing, it's close. But 10,000, the ones that measure 10,000 steps, what's that, 5 miles? So they'd be taking 40,000 steps a day. I don't know if they're walking all day. Who knows? West Virginia Running Dawn says, I was fatigued yesterday, but had a good 5 miler today. That's good. Shaking it out. Shaking out all the buildup in the legs. Goku Runner said, what up, Kelly? Posner 2 said, another interesting Strava runner is our own Mark Quiones. If you look at his shoes, he has at least over 50 current pairs of running shoes with most under 100 miles, or he doesn't use them very long. Yeah, so Mark is interesting. I remember when he joined the group and he was running mileage so above everybody else in the group. Nobody, I mean, there was a couple that might hit 100, but you know, he's running like 5. Yeah, I've gone through his stuff. He's running like 4 or 5 times a day. So I don't think he has a job, which helps. I wish I could run as much as he is, but it's impressive. It definitely is impressive. He's a very fit person, a very fit person. But I haven't looked at his shoe list. I think sometimes I go in and check shoe lists for people who run a lot just to see what they're running in. But yeah. Kelly said, hey there, hope you all had a great week. We're getting there. Goku Runner said, congrats on the 50K. Kelly wants a puppy. You selling puppies, Goku Runner? We say one more left. Come get it. D9. Hey, welcome to the stream, man. I didn't see you didn't pop in. You've been keeping me motivated with my long walks. Yeah, man, you were killing it for a long time on those long walks. Long, doing the live stream, long walking. That was awesome. I'm glad you're back at it. It's good. It's good for stress release. Definitely good for stress relief. So Don said, yeah. It was on Sunday. Okay. I'm losing track of days this week. Recycle on Wednesday said, Arlene, my old office had a Fitbit challenge. One of my coworkers went to a granddaughter's band recital. She was applauding enthusiastically, and her Fitbit said she took 6,000 steps or something. Yeah, I don't really put a lot of faith in Fitbits and arm swings. Kelly said, just finished my first run in 2 weeks. Calf held up great. Good. So, Kelly, you just hopped in, so I just was bragging about my 10 days off. So today is my first day back. I know I thought I was only going to take like 5 and decided to double that. It's been great. I've been loving making content and just kind of relaxing. I wasn't hurt. I wasn't burnt out. I just needed to take some time to do some stuff I needed to do. So I think it's good to do that every once in a while. And plus, I'm not training anything specifically right now. I'm not in a training plan. It's not a race, an imminent race. So I think it's good. I don't want to get burnt out. I'm planning on running a lot of mileage this remainder of the year. So I just want to stay mentally fit and physically fit. I still have to drop another, I think about 15 to 20 pounds is what I want to try to do. Probably 15-ish to 20. So I got work to do. I'm going to be hitting cross training hard over the next couple months. So I'm trying to just get a balance here of mileage and kind of the physical fitness side, just kind of cross training. I need to get stronger and start doing things for my shoulders. My shoulders have been bothering me. Getting old. Yeah, Kelly is she wants to wear calf sleeves. I think we call them compression socks. I think that may, I think you're calling that out, aren't you? Hey, those compression socks look really cool. Kelly said, I know people who rack up the miles tapping their leg to music while driving. It doesn't count. It doesn't count. How many of you guys, by show of hands or type 1 in the chat, how many of you would turn around if you started to run and you didn't have your watch? Like if you didn't put your watch on, you went outside to go run, and you didn't have your watch on, how many of you would turn around to go back inside to get it? 100% I would. I truly believe that it doesn't count if you don't have your watch on. I'm going to get it. I got to get credit. If I'm going to go run, I got to get credit for it. So I'm definitely turning around. I've gotten so bad now that I make sure that I bring my heart rate monitor because I want all the stats with it. So I will go outside. I've even turned the car around driving my son to baseball practice to get my heart rate monitor because I wasn't going to run without it. Lost my place. I'm getting back here. Kelly said, hey, Joe Kern, the pair you recommended were supposed to arrive today. Supposedly tomorrow for now. Can't wait to try them. Yeah, Kelly's going to have to let us know how the compression sleeves are. She's going to have to show a picture so I can put a video and make fun of it. I'm just kidding. I'm just kidding. D9 said, I'm back to 5 to 10 miles a day. That's awesome, man. That's good for you, man. That's definitely good for you. Get out there just walking around. Have you got people calling the cops on you yet? Wonder why this young gentleman's walking around 5-10 miles a day, every day. Joe Kern said, just put mine on, by the way, to the trail now, even if John did make fun of it in this video. Just so you guys know, that one was one I specifically put in the video for just people in this group because we were making fun of that in the last live stream. So I thought I was kind of do a nod to everybody in the MTRC who kind of understood if you were in the live stream would get that. So, but evidently it's universal. It wasn't just something I made up. My favorite part is when someone's wearing a headband, arm compression sleeves, calf compression sleeves, kind of a fanny pack, and they got the hydration vest on. Just looking super tactical. What's up, Alexander? Good to see you. Welcome to the stream. Alex said, I do not like Fitbit. Nice shirt, John. Oh, yeah. Yeah, this was mailed to me by Alex after I finished my 50K. See, Alex, we need to get West Virginia Run and Don hooked up to your virtual runs because you guys, if you send money to you and Athletic Equation and your monthly ultras challenge 50Ks and 50 milers and stuff like that, 100 milers, they can get buckles and shirts and stuff like that. And you're helping support the local companies. And you guys have already heard my spiel and all that. So Don has run 2 solo 50Ks. West Virginia Run and Don has, that is. I think I showed everybody. You guys have seen this shirt before, right? See, I can't see if you guys can see this because of the delay, but social distance, virtual 50K, and let me see the back. There we go. Run ultras, not your mouth. There you go. Sorry, there's a delay on my end. Nice. Very cool. Yeah, I like this pullover. This is pretty cool. Kelly said, nice. I think breaks are good for the mind and body unless your mind is frustrated because your body is broken. Yeah, so I think breaks are good. I've incorporated them into my training over the years. There's breaks in everything. So sometimes I do breaks from YouTube. Over the last 6 years, I've taken mini breaks from YouTube just to kind of have some balance. And applied time and effort into things that suffer because of the efforts and time I'm putting into certain things. So like running, YouTube is all very time intensive. So I make sure I balance things out. Arlene M said, "Do you think the JFK 50 will happen this year?" I think there is a good chance. Now, I think, correct me if I'm wrong, JFK 50 usually has around 1,000 people. I think they probably would do a staggered start. It gets really crowded on the AT at the beginning, the first 15 miles of that race. It gets packed up on the trail. So I would think they would do kind of a staggered start by maybe finish time. That way the fast people get out in front of everyone. Because it wouldn't do you any good to put slower people in front and have fast people catching them on the trail. So I think they could do it. I think there's a way to do it. That street's pretty long that everyone lines up. So I don't think there's an issue with kind of spreading people out down that street as you get out of the school and you come down the hill onto the road. I think there's room there. I think there's a good way, unless the town, and we talked about this, in the past weeks, unless the town and the local government says, no, you can't use the school, you can't use the road. I don't know. I think there's a good chance, though. I mean, Seth, James DeMore said he ran it was a 15 miler, but he ran that this past week, and they did staggered start. Ponzer2 said, paid for a lesson with my daughter's track coach, who helped me with my running form. Made a big difference to have someone watch you as you run and make corrections to my form. It is good. It is good to have somebody who's knowledgeable about running form and how to correct certain things and maybe give you some pointers. I definitely need to do more of that for myself. I film myself and I look and I'm like, ugh. But there are a lot of things you can do to help with that. And so if you need to pay someone to do that, it's definitely a good thing. I know a lot of people who pay for coaches to kind of help here and there. And correct me if I'm wrong, Alex, if you're still out there. I think you guys do that stuff, right? You guys offer coaching for at least local people. I'm not sure if you do people all over the place. Kelly said, Joe Kern, we really need to get some outrageous ones and credit John. I have a great run. That's absolutely. Skip motivation theory running. It can't fit. It's not enough. Need 3 legs. I need to get my merch started. I do. I need to get the merch started. Now I'm just getting to the ones. 1, 1, 1, 1. I don't even know what to ask now. Joe Kern said, I don't do Strava, but if I don't have headphones for listening to podcasts, then I'm out. Yeah, I don't think it's necessary to have Strava. I enjoy it now. It's that's where I house the MTRC, the core of the run club. It's interesting. I like Strava now. I didn't like it when it first came out. I wasn't a huge fan of it, especially the paid version. I pay for it now. I'm still on the fence, but I don't know. Recycling Wednesday said, I don't even have a running fitness watch. So you go out and you just run for the sake of running and don't track it? That's insanity. It's almost like you just love running for the fitness of it and and the benefits. Now, if you run and it's not posted to Strava, does it really count? I should do a video on that. Because I've always heard if it's not on Strava, it didn't happen. Positive said, I'm a slave to my heart rate monitor. I am too. I am such a nerd when it comes to stats and going through my own stuff. Like, it bothers me that I have to turn around and come back and get my heart rate monitor to go out and run. Because that's ridiculous. Kelly. Kelly said, "Oh my God, I meant I could use coaching, not you. Sorry about that." Oh my gosh, I have to like hold it together. I'm gonna lose it. So Kelly up here about 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 comments said, "Pause or two, great idea. You could really use that for coaching." That's funny. Oh, we know what you meant, Kelly. You could really use the coaching pauser. Kelly's taking shots at people. Oh, I have like tears in my eyes. I'm trying to hold in, like completely losing it. I'm tired and I'm getting goofy. Welcome to the live stream, John. Good to see you again. Hey, John. Hey, John. Yeah. Kelly said it must be relaxing to not have one. Do you use paper or spreadsheet to track stats? I remember back in the day when I would run with just a stopwatch type, where I would hit the start and stop, and then I kept a log book. And I did that for a long time when I first started running. And it is relaxing. I think it's probably, and honestly, I think it's probably good sometimes to go run without your watch. But now I have so much, it's connected to my phone, and for safety, I can hit the button like 3 times for an emergency. I can come up with any kind of excuse why I have to have my watch. But I think it would be relaxing and freeing to exercise, to go run without it and just run for the sake of running and not really be worried or slave to the watch and stats and all of that. I would have difficulty reconciling with not getting credit for that in Strava, though. I'd have to go manually enter it. And do manually entered stats really count? Of course they do. Hey, Mickey, what's going on? Welcome to the stream. Good to see you. John said, I watched SJD racing on YouTube yesterday. He won, but it seemed a strange environment to run in. But at least racing is back. Yeah, so Seth fell pretty hard. So he has a picture where he's all busted up and bleeding. Yeah, it did seem like they did a staggered start. And so I guess it's chip timed. So if you're doing a staggered start, it's to tell who actually won. So you could finish technically and not win. Finish first and still not win if you're in the free. Yeah, it's kind of weird. But yeah, Seth won. He's fast. He's definitely fast. But at least racing is back, absolutely. So I was happy to see that. I'm happy to see races happening. Every race that happens is a win. It is an extra. It's a good step in the right direction. And I think it will help give evidence to the race directors out there if they're having to state their case for local governments and the people that are kind of holding the go no goes for races. I think it's probably pretty good. Every race that happens is a good thing. And as you could see, that race was a smaller one. So I think, as we've all stated in the past, the smaller races are going to be the ones that are going to, lead the charge here. They're going to be tip of the spear to kind of get us back to racing full time. Kelly asks, Tasmania running, how do you save? How do you save? I'm looking for alternative backup to Garmin. I missed something. Guess I missed a... Okay, Tasmania Running said, for a long time, I just used my phone to track running distance. All my stats are all saved in my phone through Garmin and to the Garmin Connect, but also I upload everything to Strava too. So if you're looking for something to... Kelly, you're part of the Strava group, aren't you? See, I can't remember who's all part of the Strava Run Club. So if you're not on Strava, go join Strava. It's free, and you can sync your data there, and you can join this run club and a lot of other things. There's a lot of challenges in Strava that you can join, which are pretty cool because you get badges. So Strava is a huge ecosystem for running, and there's a lot of things you can, like, they have all kinds of challenges and stuff out there that you can do. Run, 5 consecutive weeks, 40 more or more miles. Like, there's just lots of stuff you can win badges. They have all kinds of stuff, and it makes it kind of cool. It's a kind of a gamification of running. And I did a video on gamification of running. It's a real thing with all the social media, but Strava does a really good of gamification of it. You know, giving badges to people. They don't do it. There's no point system or anything like that, but you can earn all kinds of badges, and they show up on your page, and kind of, it's cool. It's definitely cool. Joe Kern said, at the trailhead, great show, John. Have a great week, everybody. Good. Have a good run, Joe. Good to see you. I'm glad you're here. Glad you made it. And enjoy your run on the trails. I wish I was with you. That'd be a lot of fun right now. Arlene said, Kelly, I really like my Suuntos. I had a Suunto watch for a long time, and I loved it. It's a Suunto Ambient. Is that what it was? Ambient 2? Ambient. It's a drug. Ambient 2, I think. It was a great watch. Love the watch. Great battery life. Recycle on Wednesday said, wait, hold on. I'm skipping ahead. Kelly said, have a great run, Joe. May your compression sleeves give you wings. Absolutely. They make you fast. They make you 0.05% faster, covering up your leg hair. Just makes you more aerodynamic. And they squeeze the blood to your torso, which makes your legs lighter, and it makes you faster. Google it if you don't believe me. John said, good morning, Running Joe. Recycle on Wednesday said, Kelly, I write it down, how long I ran, time for my coach. Before that, I just used paper to track numbers of days per week and didn't always remember to record the time. It's nice. Recycle on Wednesdays, you could join. Are you on Strava? See, there's people I think I saw. I thought I saw your name on there, or with your, well, maybe not. You could manually enter all that stuff in on Strava and join the run club out there. Tasmania Running said, went through a few apps. Strava was good until it stopped allowing heart rate monitor. Wahoo app, I have Wahoo HR strap. Heart rate strap is good. I also like Runkeeper until an update broke it. Strava doesn't take heart rate. Oh, you talking about in the free version? Is that what you mean? Because mine does, but I have a paid version, so it's only $49 a year. I don't even know what I'm paying for. That's how kind of all over the place Strava was. I know they had some issues with people really not understanding the difference between the free version and the paid version. Mike Z said, speaking of races, is it true Chicago Marathon is canceled? I'm signed up for a half in the fall, but didn't get word it's canceled. I don't know. I saw some chatter about it, but I don't know if it is or not. Kelly said, does anyone have experience with vert.run interactive training plans for Trail Ultra? I'm seriously thinking about it. $25 a month. So is that like online virtual coaching, or is it just an app? See, to me, if you enjoy apps, if you enjoy having something that is interactive on your phone and is connected with kind of your gear, I think it's good. I'm just now getting to the point where I am really starting to enjoy all of the connectivity of my gear with my phone, and I'm looking into probably getting like the Hal Higdon app. I like that it's all connected because it just, being old school, I like the old sheets. Like I have the sheets that have what you're supposed to run each week, and that's all you really, really need to get done with what you want to try to do with your training. But I think it's it's fun to have the apps that are connected to all your stuff. That way you get feedback. I think it's kind of cool. So, it's a different world even from 5 years ago, 6 years ago in running than where we are now. So, I don't want to sound like the kind of complainer old school guy. It's like, you just need to print it out and follow the plan. So I think it's kind of cool. I haven't even done a ton of research into all of the things that are available now. But I am seriously considering the Hal Higdon training plan just to kind of check it out. But now I gotta look at this one now. You brought it up. I hadn't heard of that. Recycle on Wednesday said, I used to be a statistician and can be quite compulsive about data collection and analysis. I know that getting a running watch or monitor would be playing with fire. Oh, that's so funny. Yeah, so I have more of that in mind. I'm more of a, I was a software developer by, came up through my career, an IT person, and then, not that that's data, but it's just tracking data and analyzing data is super interesting to me. So I've always been very compulsive about that. Also, I think that's actually why I got into running ultras, was because I was getting into the numbers, achieving numbers and amassing distances and thinking, well, if I run 13.1, I should try to run the 26.2. And then I found out about ultra marathons after reading some ultra marathon books. And then I'm like, well, there's a further distance. Well, I'm no longer special in my mind because I'm only running 26.2. Now I need to run the 50 and then now the 100. Like, I think I'm just really into the data. I love reading the analysis of my heart rate and, my foot contact time and this bunch of nonsense that doesn't really mean anything because I'm not an elite runner, but it's definitely interesting. But if you're a statistician, that's funny. You're like your hand keeping all your notes for your running, just because if you start to get into it, it's going to be time consuming for you. Kelly said, not on Strava yet. Sadly, my phone is so full of pics, I don't have room. Need to download. I love challenges and games. Yes, the challenges are pretty cool out there. They got a lot of different stuff out there, so it is kind of cool. I think you'd enjoy it. Then you can join us out there, and you could critique and make fun of everybody out there on Strava and the Run Club. I think we have 140 people in the Motivation Theory Run Club on Strava. Proud of that. That's good. It's a good amount of people. How many, and just so I can try to figure out, type in, me or one in the chat if you are on the Strava Run Club. That's one thing I haven't done, is done a poll on how many of you guys get the notifications on the Strava Run Club that we're having a live stream. So let me know in the chat if you are in the Run Club. I know some of you are. But not everyone's name matches up with their username on YouTube. Where was I? Oh, let me take a second. So for those of you who saw my runner box opening, and I didn't have one of the bars in it, cool thing. So I did that review for the runner box, and one of the bars in there was like a PB and J bar, which one of the ones I was actually excited about was not in the box. So when I posted that review to the internet, the company saw it and reached out to me, and they were great customer service. This is awesome. So I'm just saying, I like to give people kudos where they deserve it. So the company was super cool and kind and understanding, and they sent me the bar. They FedExed the thing to me, or UPS, whatever, the new bar. So I got it. I put it somewhere. I was going to show you guys and have it on air, but I can't figure out what I did with it. Hopefully I didn't lose it, which is pretty cool. And then the Acorn bar, which I absolutely love in that box. I'm going to be doing a review again, just specifically on that bar. It's how much I liked it. They saw the review, and because they enjoyed my video and enjoyed what I said about what they do, they decided to send me a free box of Acorn bars. So I'm excited. They're on the way. I got the notification, so I'm super excited about that. I'm going to be doing a review on the Acorn bar. It is so good. So that's awesome. See? Build it and they will come. But I will be doing kind of a detailed review of that bar for those of you who are looking for a healthy alternative. It's a nutrition bar for athletes that it's not chewy, it's not hard. It has like the consistency if you're to kind of bite into like cookie dough. So good. Posner2, thank you for the super chat. Just saw that pop up. I really appreciate that. Posner2 said, "Gotta run, John. Keep up the great work. Talk to everyone next chat." Thank you, Positive 2. I really appreciate that. Thank you for the support. It means a lot. Have fun, and I'll see you next week. I don't know if I'll be doing one Thursday. I'll probably do this weekly for a little bit. Just during baseball season, it's kind of tough. So thank you, Posner. I appreciate that. Yeah, I'm getting down to you guys. I need to catch up. Hold on, let me get through these chats real quick. Kelly said, if it take away your joy on running, less running a stress, definitely not worth it. Yeah, if you know something's gonna stress you out, don't do it. Especially if you're tracking. It's just stuff for running. Tasmania Running said, using the app on the phone to record without a watch. I know a lot of people that do that. They use their phone to record, which is perfectly fine. Goku Runner said the Polar app is pretty good as well. Bennett, hey Bennett Marks, what's going on, man? Welcome to the stream. Said, hey John, what's good? Everything, sir. Especially the acorn bar. See how I segued that? See how I did that? It's professional. I'm a professional. West Virginia Running Don said, question for everyone. Do you change your shoe data in Strava every time you run with a different shoe? I would forget. So I will answer for myself, Don. Yes, I change my shoes every time. I even put a fake one in there that's for barefoot when I do barefoot miles on here. And if you look through my shoe list, you'll see, I can't remember what brand I put it as, but it's my barefoot, so I can track. I track every mile and every shoe that I put until I retire it, and then I don't track it anymore. I like to know exactly. Well, for review reasons, I need to keep track because I forget. I mean, it's hard sometimes. I gotta track every shoe to 50 miles and the 100 miles so I can do the correct reviews. Arlene said, Kelly, I changed from Garmin to Suunto after my Garmin repeatedly failed, including during a marathon. I was so mad I threw it in the trash. There is nothing worse than when you're racing and something happens to your watch and it doesn't track. When I last JFK 50 I did, it didn't track through the 18. It was basically just junk to me. So angry that it didn't track. But hopefully with the new Garmin it will. I had a Suunto then, but it was an older one. Kelly said, Don, I changed mine in Garmin. Kind of a pain when otherwise I wouldn't track shoe miles. Yes, I changed mine in Strava. That's the only place I track my shoe mileage is in Strava. The only thing irritating on Strava is I can't add shoes through the phone app. I have to go to my laptop and add my gear through there. Strava, if you're listening, please add the ability to add gear through your phone app. Kelly said, Arlene, oh my God, I can't even imagine. No second chances for that. Absolutely. That would drive me crazy. And it's happened to me too. Running Addict said, hey, brother, I found you on Strava and joined last week. Hey, Running Addict, welcome to the stream. Welcome to the Motivation Theory Run Club. It's good to see you. It's a good group of people, so it's always nice to have some more people join in. Goku Runner said, my Strava shoe data keeps adding mileage to one shoe and won't subtract it when I change it to the correct shoe. That's funny. There's another thing I want to add to Strava is the ability to split a run across two shoes. And this is probably only really necessary for people who review shoes, so it's super selfish on my part. But like during my 50K, I wore like 3 different pairs of shoes and I couldn't change it, which is something that can really happen. So if you go out and run a 100-miler and you change your shoes 3 times, there's no way in Strava to kind of segment that out. So while it's, it sounds like it's just me complaining about, people who do shoe reviews to be able to break that up. But if you're doing long runs and you change shoes in it and are racing, you should be able to break up, well, I ran 25 in this shoe in the race. You should be able to do that. Strava should be doing that. I mean, to me, just talking through this, it sounds like racing and ultras is probably the only time you would ever need to do that, but I think it's necessary. That's not a huge thing to do. John said, no, I don't change my shoe data unless I get a new pair, and funnily enough, enough Strava is telling me it's time I got a new pair. Yeah, it is funny when Strava tells you that you probably need to check your shoes. But it does. You can set that too. I think within Strava, when you add a pair of shoes, you can put in there when to remind you to do that. I have one pair and it's got like, I don't know, over 1,000 miles, which is not actually accurate. I just never changed it back in the day. So I have one pair of shoes that looks. I probably went through 10 pairs of shoes during that time. Positive 2 said, I really enjoy the MTC Run Club. Thank you, Positive. I appreciate that. It is cool. Mike Z said, great motivation and kind to people. Yeah, that's the best part about it. I love how supportive everyone is with kind of looking at it. Is kind of cool, and it's not kind of cool. It's very cool that you can look at what everyone's doing around the world, where they're running, seeing their progress. It's just cool. It really is. And especially for those of people who don't have groups of people to run with, and to kind of share that experience with. To me, the Strava group is that, and you all are that for me, so it is kind of cool. Kelly said, Goku Runner, are you unchecking the other shoe? I made that mistake. I have, and so within Strava, maybe you guys are talking about Garmin, but in Strava, when you select the shoes, it's just a radio button, so you can only have one selected. Arlene M said, usually at the bottom of the club. I have been for probably the last 2 weeks, Arlene. I have not been running, but I'm coming back. Kelly, great job, John, a sponsor. Yeah, it is kind of cool. It is very cool when you get things like Mizuno sending me stuff. Mizuno sent me that, star-spangled outfit I had on, the running shorts and the shirt. They've sent me numerous pairs of shoes. I have nutrition companies sending me stuff when they see the reviews, and it's all very cool. It's something I take seriously, so when I review things, I want to be honest, and I want to, make sure that I give you guys transparent information on stuff. So, one thing I want to talk to you guys about is I got some of the Cliff Bar chews, and I'll be doing a review of it soon. But I got the Cliff Bar chews. So for those of you on Strava, I think not Cliff Bar. I'm sorry, Honey Stinger. Sorry, Honey Stinger is making chews. And there was a Honey Stinger challenge on Strava, and if you completed it, they sent you a free pack of their chews. I guess they released some new ones. Oh my gosh, are they good? I had there was a Lime-A-Rita version of the chews they sent me. Super, super good. Best. I'm just gonna put this out there. I do the Cliff Bar chews. The Honey Stinger chews were the best chews I've had. I'm going to get more of them and do more of a comprehensive review, but oh my gosh, they were good. Acorn Bar. Yes, Tasmania Running called Acorn Bar. Really good. Looks like they're a small company out of California that found out the benefits of using acorns as an ingredient. I don't know. They have a whole story of it. I'm going to do a review on it, but it is really good. Goku said, on Garmin, I'll uncheck and check the right one, and the mileage there is correct. On Strava is wrong. Huh. That's weird. Yeah, I don't track my shoes anywhere else but Strava. Yeah, Positive 2. Have a great week. Mickey said, yes, I track my shoes as well. Bidit Mark says, so what's the difference between running barefoot and running with shoes? Also, have you ran barefoot outside? So the difference between running barefoot and running with shoes, that is enough information. That's a huge question. So there are two camps. This is one of those things that sparks kind of a lot of controversy between two camps. So there's the people who believe running in shoes is unhealthy for you and that your body was designed to run barefoot. Therefore, adding anything under your foot is counterproductive and leads to injury. And then there's those that, like me, believe that there's a lot of benefit to running barefoot for strength purposes, just strengthening your feet. But I don't go so far over to say you should run barefoot all the time. I do. And then there's people that say running with shoes is actually better. So it's one of those things, it's like asking people what's better, eating meat or being a vegan. So does that make sense? So that type of question is hard to answer because I don't really think that there's any super reliable, definitive data that says 100% one way or the other. I think it's situational. I think it depends on the person, but I think both have a benefit. So I'm in the middle of that. I think running barefoot is beneficial, and I also think wearing shoes is beneficial. There could be more than one truth. And yes, I have run barefoot outside, but no, I'm not one of those people that runs down the street or anything. I'm just talking about like in some grass. Dallin said, congrats on the sponsor. Just got here. I'm glad I made it. Just got out of class. I did 4 runs up and down the stairs, mile run, 800 and 5K last week, which is pretty sweet. Awesome. Well, welcome to the stream, and thank you, and good job on those workouts. I love running up and down the stairs too. Tasmania Running said, can add shoes to Strava with web browser on phone, handy in a pinch if your eyesight is good enough. I have not seen it, and I've looked. I'm not trying to figure that out now. Oh, if you do it through the web browser. Okay, yeah. I gotcha. Welcome, Frank. Strava will fix that after a few days. I don't know what that is. That the shoe stuff? Well, welcome to the stream, Frank. Frank won 2 weeks ago, dropping 160 miles on everybody. Probably still recovering. Frank said, I don't mind just splitting up a run if I change shoes. Yeah, well, that's one way you can do it. That's one way. But if you're in a race, you can't do it. I don't know if can you do that? Can you split a run? In a race, I don't think you can. Kelly said, stair running is a beast. Absolutely. Mickey said, I'd like to track the mileage on my shoes. I'm in the Clydesdale category. I don't get the mileage they say you should get. I don't either. So right around 300 miles is where I start to feel the shoe getting crushed out. I can immediately feel I start getting, my knees will hurt. Like it is almost an immediate, and it's across all shoes. Frank said, honey stinger gels are always a little too sticky. I've never tried them before this, and these were not. Well, I guess maybe they were. They were a little slimy. I guess I didn't care too much. I'm just used to running nutrition kind of always being a little bit on the gross side, whether it's texture or taste. So I guess it is. I mean, I still really like Cliff Bar shoes a lot. Goku Runner said, do 1 million Amazon massage gun companies message you with purchase a gun on Amazon. At first they say they'll pay you back. Shady. Yeah, so I get a lot of emails from a lot of companies, from earbuds to just so many different things that they're like, hey, will you do this? And sometimes they're like very like, hey, we only want you to do it on Instagram. I don't like being bossed around, so I usually I don't care, whatever. And if they are trying to tell me to buy something, yeah, that is a scam where they try to tell you to buy it, Goku, and that they'll pay you back after the review. Yeah, it's all shady. I would like to say probably 95% of the emails I get related to my channel and products are some sort of scam. Kelly said the timer is a great idea. You can see the end coming. Goku Runner said, tried eating an acorn off the ground once it wasn't good. Yeah, I don't know if you're supposed to eat the acorn straight off the ground. I don't advise it. I've stepped on some acorns, yeah. I have too. Does not feel good. My yard gets filled with acorns all the time. Arlene M said, unfortunately, the acorn bars are not vegan friendly. Oh, did you look into them? You sure? I have to check. Frank said, Jared Diamond talks about how acorns haven't been domesticated. There are acorn trees that have produced edible nuts, but most are very bitter. Yeah, I've always heard that, but these bars are really good. I don't know what they put in them, but they're good. Frank said, I just hit stop and save and then have part 1 and part 2. Oh, I guess that's way one doing that. See, again, the numbers will bother me. If I'm in a race, and something happens to my watch and I start it over again, it messes with my mind with time. So I wouldn't like doing that to myself on purpose. So next week, for this week, I'm starting the Hal Higdon, just for those of you who've joined, I'm starting Hal Higdon 50K just to follow along. It's less mileage. It's probably only getting to like 40-something miles. Starts off 30-something to 40-something. Lower mileage than I want. I will probably change it up some, add in. And I'm going to be adding a lot more cross-training. So for the next couple months, I'm really, really, really going to be trying very hard to do a lot more focusing on strength training for my full body. I know I talk about it, I do some of it, but I'm going to try to put almost as much effort into the cross training as I am the running, just because I don't have races coming for a while. And I think if I can at least spend a couple months doing that, I will go into the fall in a lot better shape. And I also need to shock my body into some change. I'm kind of plateauing on my weight loss, and I still got like another 15 plus pounds to go. And so I'm going to follow my own advice and kind of start doing some things to kind of shock and change up my routine. And there's some things I want to do to try to, burpees. Burpees are tough. Funny story about the burpees. Mickey, I had some friends that were doing a lot of CrossFit stuff, and they were doing burpees all the time. And I was in super, super, super good shape running. And I remember just throwing out hey, I could do 100 burpees. I could do that easy. Well, after about 20 of them, I thought I was going to die, and I realized how hard burpees were because I'd never really done them. But it didn't seem, when you look at a burpee, it doesn't look that difficult. But those are definitely really good. I'm going to be running a lot of hills, burpees, a lot of core exercises. I got to do some for my shoulders. My shoulders are really starting to get out of whack. I haven't been to the chiropractor in 4 months. I typically would go to the chiropractor at least once a week for an alignment, for an adjustment. I need that because I've had some herniated discs in my neck and lower back. So my back is kind of flared up this week. So I got to get back to running, strength training again. So Kelly asks if anyone has a race that is definitely happening this fall. I think the Marine Corps Marathon is going to happen this fall, so I'm holding on to hope for that. Do some follow-along workouts. I need to get the Peloton. I can do that. John said, yeah, I'm racing 50K on August 29th. Can't wait. Dalen, burpees can be so killer. I didn't realize how painful they could be until I had my military physical fitness class last year. Yeah. What race, John? Oh, okay, you're talking to the other John. Yeah, burpees do not look like something that would make you throw up, but they're they're tough. Deadlifts. Yeah, I don't want to do any super. I do a lot of body weight stuff, and I have kettlebells. I have some hand weights. I have weighted ball. I'm just looking at my little mini gym over here. I got enough equipment over here, bands and stuff like that. I have a tendency to bulk up when I lift, so I'm trying not to get bulky anymore. Those days are over for me. I just want to stay thin, muscular, and kind of cut up. I don't want to gain a bunch of bulk. I already have enough as it is. Spo Valley 50K. Kelly said we used to do 20 burpees, sprint an eighth of a mile, and repeat for 10 minutes. That's killer. That's a killer workout. Frank said, I don't see there's a chance that MCN is happening. I don't know. We'll see. We'll see. I know they're offering the virtual. I know they're pushing everybody to that. I think if they can't shrink the field down enough, I think what they're trying to do right now, I think MCM is really trying to shrink that field down to what they think they can manage. Because I think right now they know it's too large to manage with the people, even through adding in the time limit, saying you have to run a minimum of 12 minutes per mile. I think they're trying to scare people into going the virtual way. That way they can really shrink that up and they can manage. Because right now they already said that it's going to be like a 2-hour start with the current field size. So I think they're just trying to shrink it down as much as they can. Yeah, that is a killer workout. Oops, I shut that. All right, everybody, we are past an hour. So this week, baseball games and stuff's going on. So I think for the foreseeable future, I might add in some random live streams here and there, which I try to do all the time. But I'm going to try. Hey, first, let me add that in. I see the likes. Everybody, make sure you smash that like button right now. Try to get that as high as we can. I am unlisting all of the live streams after they go live. So if you have the link, you can get to them and watch them later. So if you're in the Run Club on Twitter or the Facebook Motivation Theory on Running on Facebook, you can get to the live stream replays and stuff like that through there, but you won't be able to search them. They won't show up through YouTube recommending them. I'm going to be doing every Tuesday. This works out best for me, and I think everybody. Tuesdays at 5 p.m. Eastern Time. And I will probably be throwing in kind of the random through my phone or something like that, if I can, through baseball games and stuff like that. I'll have time. So I'll take my rig, and then I'll just kind of throw up a random live stream here and there. So definitely we're doing once a week right now, Tuesdays, and I appreciate all of you watching. It's good to see all of you. I'm excited this week to get back into running again after my 10-day break. I hope you all are safe and getting through all the craziness in the world. It seems to get crazier and crazier. I think everybody just needs to take time out. The world needs to chill out a little bit. But it's good to have this running community. Thank you all for hanging out with me. Hold on one second. Let me see if I can see. So for Mike Z, appreciate you. Frank, Kelly, West Virginia Running, Don, Arlene, John, Dalen, Mickey, trying to go through. They don't give me my list. Goku Runner, all of you out there, thanks for hanging out. Mark, Recycle on Wednesday. You guys stay safe. Have some good workouts this week, and I will see you next week. Hey, John, what's going on? Always fun stopping by. I appreciate that. Oh, and if you haven't, make sure you go to my channel and watch the last 3 videos. Well, you can watch all of them again if you want. But there's a playlist on the main page. It's all the funny videos, what runners don't say, things runners don't say. And then the last one, I forget the title of it, but it's things runners hear. The dumb things that people say to runners. Go watch those videos. They're super funny, and share them with everybody you know that's a runner. Until next time, I will see you. Be safe, everyone. Bye. All right, one more thing. I just put the link in the chat for all of you that are still here. It's the playlist to all of the last videos that I put out, the kind of running humor videos. So make sure you go click on that link. Watch the 3 videos. They're not long at all, probably less than 10 minutes for all 3. You will laugh. You will enjoy it. We'll put a smile on your face and share them with everybody you know. And that's the homework for the week. I'll see you guys.